You gotta love the NES. It has one of the best libraries in all of gaming. I grew up somewhere on the fringe, a time between sprites and the birth of 3D polygons, so the NES shouldn't have meant as much to me as it does. Yet here we are. So whenever I get a chance to play an NES game, I want to play something truly special. This is one of those games. It's Journey to Silius. It was developed by Sunsoft, which brings to mind excellent 8-bit ROMs such as the '89 Batman movie, Blaster Master, and Spy Hunter. Seeing how so many of their games regularly make it onto best of lists, it's crazy not many have played Journey to Silius. For one, it was originally supposed to be a Terminator game, until Sunsoft lost the license during development, so they had to retool what they had into something else. You can tell by the presentation that it was based off of the Terminator in some capacity. Speaking of the Terminator likeness, it's no more obvious than in the intro cutscene with the font and blinking text box, just like in the movies. The game starts with the main character, Jay McCrae's father, being killed due to a project he was working on that was believed to have been struck down by terrorists. Jay finds a floppy disk left by his father that explains how he needs to avenge his father's death, which I find pretty funny. He casually asks his what looks to be 13-year-old son to fight the good fight against a bunch of machines. I guess he wanted to meet his son at the pearly gates sooner rather than later, huh? Jokes aside, Journey to Silius is old school hard. Granted, it's not impossibly difficult like Battletoads or anything. The game only has 5 relatively short levels, each with a mini-boss right before the main boss. To the game's credit, the more I played each level, the more I memorized the patterns of where enemies and traps were, and planned accordingly. In the footage you see, I got halfway through the game and didn't know much of what was going on in level 3. New enemies, new quirks. But it gets easier the more you play. Each playthrough gives you 3 continues with 3 lives per continue. The one thing that makes Journey to Silius as hard as it is would be the amount of items dropped by enemies. You have a health gauge in red and gun ammo in blue. The ammo is tied to all the guns and not just any one specific gun. Enemies will drop plenty of ammo, but the health pickups drop at random. There have been playthroughs where I didn't encounter a single health pickup, while another gave me 2 health pickups after killing 2 straight enemies. It's completely random and can change the flow of each run. There are 6 guns in total. This is the key to getting farther in the game. Take it slow, be cautious, and try out each gun to see how they work. Certain situations may call for the 3-way spread shot of the shotgun, while the durable robot enemies might require unloading on them with a machine gun. The last and most memorable aspect of the game is the soundtrack. Give me an NES game with a great soundtrack and I'll raise you Journey to Silius. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, here's a small sample size to whet your palate. Crazy how a friend of mine who is largely a PC gamer and never played the game in real life would listen to the soundtrack all the time when playing his latest game. That's how great the soundtrack is. For the NES, the drums and bass sounds are crisp and sound closer to the real thing than any other game on the platform. Naoki Kodaka truly helped elevate an already great game to a whole other level. Overall, if you like the sprite work of other NES Sunsoft games, you'll feel right at home here. The difficulty is on the hard side, but it gets easier the more you play and get used to the timing and enemy placement. Thankfully, the game doesn't outstay its welcome, and the soundtrack is absolutely killer. It's become a cult classic and sought after game in recent years, but if you find it for cheap or want to emulate it to see what it's about, don't hesitate. Just play it. This is Journey to Silius for the NES.